Phillips, do you have a question for Josh?
Yes, I have a question. So this question goes on like many people here in Africa, even in Nakivale, they are things that, for example, me, I'm a refugee, I've moved from Congo. That's why I'm drinking alcohol. That's why I'm taking tobacco. So why is it you find even all over the world, even there in your countries, maybe someone has not been a refugee, but he's over drinking alcohol. He's also suffering addiction. Why is it happening?
I would imagine it's probably from the same same reason. I mean, you're dealing with being a refugee. I'm dealing with whatever I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a kid who I've had to, I like I have to deal with my son who is born with a medical condition, who I've been in the hospital with him for, I don't know. Thank God he's doing well now, but when he was born, I spent the first couple of months basically on and off, or, close to a year on and off with him in the hospital. So if I want to focus on that, I'm going to feel like crap, and maybe drinking is going to help me feel better. So yeah, I don't have to deal with being a refugee. I have somebody else who may be dealing with being homeless, somebody else whose parents beat them, somebody else who didn't have parents, who was brought up in foster care. You're dealing with being a refugee. Everybody's dealing with their own thing. Everybody has their own challenges in life. So, and everybody can get caught up in those challenges. So the more we get caught up in our own challenge, whatever they are, maybe your challenge is harder, maybe mine is harder. I don't know. Everybody is dealt their own challenges in life for whatever it's worth. And I don't think it makes a difference how much money you have or whatever, because money can't solve all these problems. If you could have a lot of money, but still not have a good feeling about yourself. So then what? So then you spend your money on what? On drinking, drugs, doing other things to give you a good feeling. So that's kind of how I see that. It doesn't matter where you're from, or where you were born, or what you have, or what you've been through, because the end pathway can get, or the pathway, while they may seem very different, can get you to the same exact place.
Yeah, thank
Great
you.
answer. Great answer, Josh. Woo, great answer. That was helpful for Phillips to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is also interesting, Phillips, is Josh is Jewish, so he has a feeling of what's happening in the Middle East. And that's a heavy feeling for him to deal with.
Yeah,
So it's even though he is not in the war, it is affecting him. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always something you can look towards to say, oh, I can't, like, there's always something you can find to give you a bad feeling. It's very easy to do.
Yeah.
No, but life reinforces it. If we look at it, if we look at that, and we can say absolutely, like, I have a right to be upset. I have a right to feel down because I am a refugee, because I'm homeless, because I've been dealing with an illness, because whatever it is, and we all have that right, absolutely. And it's all justified. The question is that what we want? Do we want to do that? Do we have to do that? Just because we can doesn't mean that we have to. Doesn't mean that there's not a better way. So if there is a better way, do we want to take that better way? And that's what's ultimately up to us. We can't control what comes our way. What we can control, when we have enough understanding, is how we look at that, whatever is coming our way. And what I could tell you from working in the ER and stuff is seeing that, like, doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter where you come from. Like, if you get sick enough, all the things that you were worried about yesterday have gone away. Because when you don't have your health, when you're looking at death, most of this stuff doesn't matter anymore. It comes back to family, love, connection, having people around you, and finding that good feeling in the last moments. So why wait till we're about to die to find it? If we can find it earlier, might as well.